So Kristy Harvey has over 16 years of experience as a movement educator in the modalities of yoga, therapeutic dance, Thai yoga, body work, Nia, and meditation. Her book, Mindfulness on the Move, gives suggestions on how to find stillness through movement. She is the owner of the Wise Owl School of Yoga. And Kristy is a former administrative director of the Mindfulness Center at the University of Virginia, and again, now owns her own mindfulness and movement company. She is amazing. We've been lucky to have her before, and I am going to pass it right over to you, Kristy. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone.
Thank you, Judy and Nori, especially for that initial connection. It's nice to be back with you all and to offer a new and fun modality that you may or may not be familiar with. I'm sure that some of you know what yoga is, or maybe have an idea of what yoga is, but I'm going to share with you a way to do that you don't even have to stand up if you don't want to. So it can be done in a chair or using a chair as the main support. Right now, I'm currently working with retirees aged 75 to 95, and we have a very lively chair yoga class that actually leaves me out of breath most days because we can really work up a sweat, as well as work with resistance training and balance coordination and all that other fun stuff. And particularly for my dementia folks out there, because I have a background, I used to run a neuropsych lab at the University of Virginia many ages ago. But I used to work with folks who have dementia and their caregivers, of course. So I also incorporate things like fine motor skills and mixing up movements with the right and left side of the body, kind of that pat your head, rub your tummy type deal that gets our brain involved as well. So we not only get a workout in the chair, we get a workout in our brain. So whether or not you've done this before, it doesn't matter. The moves are easy to follow. And I thought rather than give you this huge explanation of what yoga is, you can go read that on the internet. Just be careful where you're getting your sources. And then we can just figure it out together and move. If you have any questions or anything that comes up for you, please put it in the chat. I may not be able to see it from my chair back there, but I'll check in periodically, see how you're doing. And then I also, just before we get started, you might want to grab a chair. One without arms is preferable, but whatever you've got will work. I can work with that. And then I'll tell you a little bit about the benefits of chair yoga. They're very similar to regular yoga. We do breath work, we do mindfulness. We're going to be doing some things that stretch and open the heart and get the joints all lubricated and feeling good. So we'll do probably about, 20, 30 minutes until you guys tell me to stop. We've had enough. And then we'll talk some more. Give me a thumbs up if you're good to go. All right, then I'm going to move to my chair back there. Let me know if the lighting or anything is okay. If you just shout it out, Judy, if you're not able to see or hear me well.
Okay, that's great.
So the great thing about chair yoga is you don't need anything except a chair.
Kristy, hold on one sec. Can people hear Kristy? Talk a little more being that far away.
Can you hear me? I'll just keep talking and you let everybody know, thumbs up, thumbs down, whether or not you can hear me.
Can people hear her? Thumbs up? Yeah? Cool. Okay, you're good.
Awesome. So I'm just sitting in a regular folding chair. I find that to be sufficient enough. The thing about chair yoga is you want to make sure that your feet are flat on the floor and you've got a 90-degree bend in your knees. So that means we're not sitting back in the chair, we're sitting up tall. So just like in regular yoga, we're going to build our mountain pose, only we're going to do it seated. So feet are flat on the earth with the toes parallel, facing forward. We're going to roll our shoulders back and down to open the heart. Just rest your hands on the lap. We'll start to take a few deep breaths. So at your own pace, breathing in through the nose And let it out through the mouth. 2 more like that. Breath in. One more time. Big deep breath. Now, let's just warm up our joints and warm up the body, preparing for movement. So taking the chin, let's just drop the chin down towards the chest and feel a stretch along the back of the neck. And then inhale and look forward, and then keep looking up until you look up to the sky, opening the front of the throat. And then slowly come back to the center. We're going to look left and right. So looking over our shoulder, just turning the head in one direction and in the other direction. We're checking to see for any tightness or tension, range of motion. Coming back to the center, we're going to drop one ear to the shoulder. So just let it drop down. And then let's go over to the other side. And then coming back to the center. Just to relax, we're going to take a few more deep breaths, but we're going to raise the arms up overhead. So inhale, big deep breath. And exhale, just push the hands back out to the sides. Let's do that again. Big deep breath. And let it all out. One more time. Beautiful. Now placing the hands on the lap, we're going to take a breath in. And as we breathe out, we're going to slide the hands down the legs, folding forward all the way down as far as your fingers will reach. Just take a breath here. And then slowly rise back up, sliding the hands up the legs to come up. Let's do that again. Breath in at the top. And as we exhale, just slide the hands down the legs, leaning forward. Inhaling, slowly rise back up. And then one more time, exhale, let it all out. Inhaling, rising back up. Beautiful. Taking our hands, reach back to the back of your chair. We're going to straighten out the arms, push the chest forward, and look up towards the sky. This is a beautiful heart opener, nice little back bend. And then slowly release, coming back to the center. Now we'll make some circles with our torso. Imagine you're stirring up a big pot of soup with your spine. So we'll just go in one direction, and you can make this as small or as big as you like. What we're doing is opening up the hip joints, getting them nice and lubricated. And then we'll take that in the other direction. So go ahead and circle around in the other direction. Excellent. Let's come back to the center, bringing our hands down to our sides. You can hold on to the chair if you like. One hand is going to reach up towards the sky. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, go ahead and lean over as far as you go without falling off the chair. So the whole point of chair yoga is to stay grounded, stay rooted, and use the chair as a support. Come on back up. Let's do that on the other side. Raise one arm up, big breath in, and exhale. Lean over as far as feels comfortable. We're going to do that one more time on each side. So come on up, take it at your own pace, and really enjoy these stretches. You know, the great thing about chair yoga is that anybody can do it, especially if you sit at a desk for long periods of time. These stretches are great for anybody who either commutes for long distances or works at a desk or just needs to stretch the body. Go ahead and shake it out a little bit. Now, let's work into our elbows. We're going to place one arm on top of the other. Anybody remember I Dream of Jeannie? Remember that show? I don't know, I might be too old for you guys. Take a big breath in here. And as you exhale, we're going to rotate to one direction. It doesn't matter which side, which way you go. Inhale back to the center and exhale to the other side. We're going to do that one more time on each side. Breathe into the center and exhale out to the side. Last one. Coming back to the center, relax the arms down. We're going to now raise the palms and place them in front of your shoulders. Go ahead and wiggle your fingers. And then we're going to open and close the palms. So making tight fists and then opening wide. This helps to stretch the hands, stretch the fingers, and get some circulation into the hands and fingers as well. Just one more time. And then hold them open as wide as you can. Spread your fingers, feel the tension. And then relax and wiggle the fingers. You should feel that blood flow moving into the hands. And then rotating the wrists. And then relax the arms down. Beautiful. So we're going to warm up the lower half of the body now. So let's go ahead and lean back in the chair. We're going to lift one leg. So you can either hold on underneath the thigh or you can cross your hands in front of the shin bone. Just kind of lift that leg up and give it a little squeeze. Now, while we're waiting for that hip to release, circle the ankle around in one direction and in the other direction. And then when you're ready, we're going to release that foot back down and we'll switch to the other side. So just holding on to the leg wherever feels comfortable. Just give it a little squeeze and then circle the foot around. I don't know if you can hear my ankle popping and cracking. It's pretty loud on my end, but it's me, not you. Circle in the other direction. And then relax. Now with the feet close together, we're going to open up so that the toes are pointing out to the sides. And then we're going to open up so that the heels are pointing out to the sides. So we're walking heels and toes out as far as they'll go until we're nice and wide with the legs wide open. And then rolling the shoulders up and back, sitting up nice and tall. We're going to go into goddess pose. So from here, inhale the arms up overhead. And as you exhale, we're going to bend the elbows and come into cactus arms. Or I know it's football season, so you could call this goalpost arms. And then just hold it here and breathe big, deep breaths. And then just for fun, to get a little rotation, we're going to drop one elbow downward and then change sides. Just one more time on each side. And then back to our goddess hands. Then take a nice deep breath and reach up to the sky and exhale, pull down the hands and say, so big audible exhale. Let's do it again. Breath in, reach up. Exhale, pull it down. One more time, big breath in and out. Excellent. Go ahead and relax your hands down on your thighs. We're going to straighten out the arms with the palms facing forward and just give a little press against your inner thighs with the backs of your hands, like you're pushing the thighs away. That's going to help open up those hip joints. And then just to strengthen the hips a little bit, I would like you to push the knees against the hands as well. So it's a push-pull action here. Feel the tension. Feel maybe a little shaking happening. And then relax. Feel that relaxation come into the body. From here, we're going to bring our hands onto the inner thighs with the fingertips pointing down towards the ground. We're going to lean forward slightly and drop one shoulder down towards the center and then look up towards the sky. It's a nice little stretch for the thighs, the hips, and the spine. And then come on up, and we'll do that on the other side. So just drop your other shoulder towards the center and let the head turn naturally, looking up. Coming back to the center, we're going to speed that up a little bit. So take a nice breath in, and on the exhale, drop the shoulder. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, other shoulder. Inhale, coming up. Just one more each side. Exhale, drop. Inhale, rise. Last one. And come on up. Nice. Now we get to get a little bit lazy. So I'm just going to rest my forearm on my thigh, just kind of like we're having a talk and you're telling me how your day is going. Meanwhile, my other arm, I'm going to raise it up and over, get a nice stretch down the side of the body. And then I'm going to inhale and reach that hand toward the back corner. So it's also giving a nice opening across the chest. As you exhale, let that arm sweep right back overhead in the front. Inhale, open up towards the back. And exhale, once again, coming back. This time we can let that arm sweep all the way around until we rest on that elbow. Now we can inhale the arm up and over on the other side. Inhale, looking towards the back corner, opening across the chest. Exhale, coming forward again. One more time. Inhale, open up. And exhale, coming forward, and then sweep it all the way around, resting both elbows. Now, imagine that you're here in Arizona with me and we've gone to the Grand Canyon. Look over the edge. It's far. And then look up, keeping that same position. Just let the head rise, looking up towards the sky. And then slowly look back down towards the ground, and we're going to roll up nice and easy, coming back to an upright position. Now, just like we walked the feet out, we're going to walk them in. So toes in, heels in, toes in, heels in, coming back to our seated position. Now, let's take one hand, it doesn't matter which one. Just take it across your body to the opposite thigh. The other hand is going to reach back to the back of the chair and look over your shoulder. A little spinal twist here. Take a few breaths. And then slowly unwind, coming around to the center. And let's do that on the other side. So crossing the body and then reaching behind, hold on to the chair. Give yourself a little twist. And maybe each exhale, go a little bit further. And then slowly come back around to the center. Let's bring our fingertips to the tops of the shoulders, and we're going to touch our elbows together. And if they don't touch, don't worry about it. Just let them come as close as they'll come. We're going to start to circle those elbows out in big circles. You'll feel the rotation in your shoulder joints. Feels good. Opening up the chest. And the next time your elbows touch, take it in the other direction. Maybe feel that opening in the back of the shoulders, the upper mid back, that place where we can't reach to put lotion on. And then come on back to the center, relaxing the arms down. One more thing to warm up the legs and the feet, because I do want to give a few standing poses as well. We're just going to lift the heels, come up onto your tippy toes or the balls of the feet, and then set the heels back down. So I'm just lifting and lowering my heels, coming up onto the balls of the feet or the tippy toes, and then coming back down. And we'll just do a couple more. Excellent. Now take one leg and stretch it out. Place your heel on the floor and point the toes up towards the sky. Your other leg is bent at the knee, so we're going to rest the hands on that bent leg. Lift the chest and lean forward as you look up towards the sky. And you should feel that in the back of your outstretched leg, in the hamstring, maybe a little bit in the calf. And then take a look down at your toes that are pointed up to the sky and see if you can touch them. So you're just going to reach down as far as you can. Maybe you can touch them today, maybe not. It's okay. Just